Welcome back to another episode of Forbidden Depths. I'm your host, Queen Frostbitten, and we're here today to get down, dirty, and sultry by staying open, educated, consensual, and safe. If you're returning, welcome back to another episode. Thanks for supporting the channel and its growth. If, of course, you're new here, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe, because one taste will never be enough.
Awesome. So, guys, I know it's been a while. I want to say first, welcome back. Another episode of Forbidden Depths. I know it's been a while, but hopefully we're getting back on track. We have a new amazing guest today, and I'm going to let her go ahead and introduce herself.
This is so nerve-wracking. I am Olivia Monet. I don't really know what else to say.
She's going to say follow her on Twitter if you haven't, or all kinds of other amazing things that are located in her bio conveniently.
This is exactly, yeah, that's right. You do.
She is at TheOliviaMonet on Twitter, allmylinks.com/TheOliviaMonet for all the spicy, amazing things.
Oh, yes.
So,
but beautifully.
I have to know how your brand developed.
Okay, so I started during lockdown. Oh, did you have lockdown?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
yes.
So basically I was a hostess, like holding bottles and going into clubs. Oh, it's so horrible. And then I lost my job, and my boyfriend said to me, you should try and do OnlyFans. And I thought, sure, I'll do that. Like,
okay.
I thought it can't be that hard. But it's so difficult. And basically I joined, like, engagement groups, like retweet groups. And they were so beneficial. Like, it was kind of just people from London, and we were just, it was like 20 of us in a group, and we were just like sharing each other's content every single day. So like, where people were picking up followers, other people were like seeing our stuff. So that was really, really beneficial. And then something really crazy happened. Some like influencer celebrity person stole a picture of my, I'm allowed to say things on here, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
Good. So I'm not going to say who, and I can't really say what, but she stole a picture of my vagina. And she was selling it on her like huge OnlyFans for like a ridiculous amount of money. So I found out, and I basically like put it all over Twitter, and then I kind of grew from there. Yes.
Nice. Like, what? That is amazing. That is an amazing story. Like, this famous person stole a picture of my vagina. Like, who can say that? Let me tell you, that has to be an amazing vagina for a celebrity to be like, thank you.
And you know what?
Not to mention the copyright issue. Okay, anybody listening, don't do that. That's illegal.
Yeah, that's great. Like, I was just sat there and I thought, you really can't do that. Like, you can't take my property, which is copyrighted as well. I have like my watermark on every single thing. And I thought, no, like, I was putting it all out to Twitter, and everyone helped me. Like, I think some of the biggest helps were Miss B Nasty.
She's amazing.
She's insane. Like, she helped me. Like, she saw my stuff, and she like started to spread the word that like this person had done that. And also there was other people that were quite big at the time, and they were like really helping me out to like share that this had happened. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, you do meet some good people in the community. Like you
Yeah,
always hear this terrible, terrible news about how something terrible happened. But I'm going to tell you, yeah, terrible things do happen, but great things happen too.
yeah,
And I mean, I'm not saying it was great that someone saw your content, but what I'm saying
yeah.
is like the community that helped you develop from
Oh,
that and the boosting of your numbers. I mean, I
yeah,
would give somebody a free picture of my vagina to help
yeah.
boost my numbers and make money.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think that, wait, I've lost my train of thought. This happens a lot. I think that people say that the industry is so like damaging to us, but
Mhm.
I rarely see any negative comments.
Mhm.
And when I do, I'm like, this guy follows me. Like he literally follows me, but then he's saying that I look like a pig. Like, I don't
Yeah.
get it.
And you know that the majority of the people that talk negatively, that are have
Yeah,
like this extreme opinionated, like negative attitude, they don't have a
yeah,
profile picture. They don't have their name or anything associated. They don't have any kind of identifying information. It's literally
yeah.
just this crazy anonymous account.
Yeah, I know. Like, and you're saying that, no. But this is the thing, it's so rare. Like, most of the people, like, you could say that you're having a really bad day, and people are like, no, you've got me. Like, I mean, do I really have you
Right.
in? You know what I mean? It's nice to know that you're there. Like, yeah, I wouldn't, I
Like,
really,
yeah, like I'm having a terrible day. My animals on the farm need fed.
mm,
I had a flat tire, and this person is like, yeah, I'm here for you. Well, you didn't change my tire. You didn't feed my animals on the farm.
yeah, I'm
Like,
literally all alone. But it's nice that you're on the internet saying you're helping me. Do you subscribe? Probably not, but here we
right?
are. Sorry. But yeah, it's I don't have any complaints about, like, a lot of people say that it, yeah, like they just say the craziest things about us, and I just think you don't understand. Like, it's
Yeah,
not that there's not people knocking on my door every day trying to kill me. Like, people say that it's so scary and you're going to have stalkers and you're going to, like, yeah, there are some people that maybe take things a little bit too far, but it's you're going to have that in everyday life, I feel.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yes. Like whenever I was a bus driver, I had people follow me around and do weird shit.
Yeah, like, also we're at most of the time, so like, how are you going to get me? Like, I just, yeah, wild things that people say, but I don't agree.
Well, I feel like a lot of those people want it. They want to paint it in a bad light. You know what I mean? They want it to be that mindset or whatever. And a lot of that has to do with either tradition or people somehow religiously related.
This is the thing, like, I'm quite religious. Well, I'm like up and down. I'm like a
Right.
Christian. Sometimes, like, I go to church and I'm like, I don't agree with what they're saying. But to a
Mhm.
certain extent, like, yeah, I don't know. There's no issue with it. I honestly feel like it's a lot of the time people are very jealous because they're like, this person is staying at home, they're making their money, they're minding their business while I
Yeah.
have to do this. Like, are you, where, like, they say that I'm selling my body. You're like, are you not selling your body at work every day? Like, I don't get it.
Yes. Oh, oh man. And you know, that's a hard truth that most people don't want to swallow. The difference
Mm,
is whenever they go out here, they're selling their bodies for a corporation,
yeah,
and you're not. Well,
for my,
to an extent, you're not. So if you're working for anyone else as a subcontractor, obviously, you know, you're kind of selling a part of your soul to whatever that
yeah,
company is.
yeah,
And let me talk to you about, I know the majority of your stuff is on OnlyFans, right? So you're a huge
yeah.
OnlyFans creator, like huge. Guys, she has 881,000 followers on Twitter, okay? Like she knows her shit. She's fucking amazing, or she wouldn't have a following like that, right? So let's talk about kind of how you got started in the beginning. So I know you said you did like promotions, retweeting, use the retweet group, kind of sharing each other's content and stuff. So in the beginning, before you had that, how was your experience? Was it like a slow startup? How did that go about?
Yeah, it was 100% the slowest thing. Like, I think I did it for about a week, and I was seeing like this. Yeah, again, when people say, "Oh, I hate my job," like I'm just gonna do OnlyFans, I just think, yeah, just good luck. Like, good luck, because it is the hardest thing to promote, especially if you don't want to show your face. Like, so I started. I was seeing nothing. I did like these small retweet groups. I had a friend of mine that helped me at the start, because she was in these groups, so she introduced me to it. And I think so for me, I never showed my face.
Right.
I started off doing twerking videos.
Mm-hmm.
They were like fully clothed, pretty horrendous ones actually.
Horrendous, and no, because anything that involves that ass, I'm gonna tell you, is not horrendous. Because I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of your booty, and that's why I started following you. You were suggested, and I haven't been following you that long. I just been following you like 2 weeks or something. But I saw a picture of your booty, and I was like, let me head over here and see what this is about.
Small, like every guy that I've been with has been like, it could be bigger, like it could be bigger, and I'm like, I just thought it was quite a nice one, really, but okay.
It is amazing. They
Thank you.
obviously have terrible taste.
Yeah,
Because
so yeah, I was posting those, and then I basically, oh my god, I started posting nudes, like pictures of my vagina, like with tons of body oil, and I was doing it in like the sunlight. So I was trying to get like these artistic pictures, because I wasn't
right.
really like porn. I wasn't doing, actually no, I still was. There was some porn things I was doing, but not with other people. It was all solo.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was taking those pictures, and I think that they just kind of started like, I every single day I would just take different pictures and like focus on like the lighting, the way that it hit the oil on my body, and like, and I was like, no, this is good. And then I was
Right.
seeing like ton of engagement from it. So I think also lockdown was like, COVID was just kind of beneficial to that as well.
Right.
Because everyone.
Right.
So yeah, and then I started really posting pictures of my vagina, and I had my vagina done, so I had quite a lot of negative comments on it. And I also like hated it from when I was really young. Like, it just was something to me that, like, you know, when people say, oh, mine's like that, my vagina, right, the skin, like that, the skin could come to like halfway down my thigh. Like, it was so uncomfortable. So before I did it, I think people were like, wow, I want to see like what this looks like. And I had loads of subscribers coming through, loads of followers, because of this different looking vagina.
Right.
And then yeah, I just eventually got rid. I feel like I've digressed now.
Nonsense. I love it all. So I noticed, one of the things I noticed whenever I started following you is that you are very focused on like well, if I pull up your bio, it says your internet girlfriend with the luxury kitty. So a lot of your stuff is focused on having a fat kitty. Where did
Yeah.
that come? Where did that come from?
Oh my god, she's huge. She's so big. It's the biggest.
Um, uh,
Okay, so
now
basically,
I think it's
yeah,
a
so
little fluffy, but I wouldn't go big, like
I know,
padded, like comfortable,
yeah,
like you have something that you can,
right.
give a good squeeze to.
This is the thing, like, I have always felt like I just carry a lot of weight there. But like, I understand what you mean. Like, I've seen some girls on Twitter, and I'm like, wow, hers is so nice and big. Like, I want mine to be that big. I
Yeah.
think I think, yeah, you're right. It's not it's not
Yeah,
huge, but
you're not like thick and meaty. You're just kind of like fluffy. Like
yeah.
I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I agree, but for some reason, like, so I go through different stages on Twitter. So as I said, like I did the oil with like none of my face
Right.
and like focus on like really like artistic pictures. Then I went to like buttholes, like I was doing a whole butthole thing.
Right.
And then cut it all out and started getting like some of my face in and taking like boob pictures, and they started doing really well. So I've still got those on my Twitter, but now I found like when I say things like, oh, like this fat pussy, like people are like, oh, I'm just like, am I too fat to eat? They're like, no, no. So sometimes you just have to kind of play into the what you're gonna get engagement with, really.
Right.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you know what?
Yes, 100%. 100%. So, which of your phases have you found to be more successful for you?
Hmm. So tricky because COVID was like the best time for engagement. But I just honestly think it was the best for everything. Like everyone was staying indoors,
Right.
everyone was like spending their money on this because they were just at home all the time. So there was that. I think it's really up and down at the moment. Like I feel like Twitter, for me, I go through like 1 month where I'm getting insane engagement and I'm like, wow, I'm seeing really good, like I'm gonna get 1 million followers, whatever.
Right.
And then it just goes slow. So I don't know. It just depends what I think people who look at it get quite bored of seeing the same thing all the
Right.
time. So I feel like they need to see different things and you need to switch it up, and it's hard to think about what to do actually.
Yes. Yes, 100%. I completely agree with that. So, when looking at your marketing, so I have looked at like extensive amount of people. I've asked questions to people. I've did research myself because I've kind of had it inside. I did some of the retweeting myself to kind of see what that was
Yeah.
about. I also got in Telegram on some of the groups for marketing and stuff.
Okay.
And so overall with your marketing, did you kind of develop a plan for yourself? Did you have someone else that kind of helped you develop your marketing plan?
No, like I've always done everything myself. Like I've never had help from anyone. I've had people reach out to me. Um, I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name, but I feel like he didn't say I couldn't. But there's that. So there's this rapper, and I don't know. Oh God, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. But like, I don't want to say it was a scam, but also I
Right,
just want to say like I just was skeptical about it. And
right.
he is Lil Pump.
Hmm.
Just I don't listen to his music, but he reached out and said that he can have like a manager to help me, and they take 30% and I keep the rest, and they'll help me like reach all the, and I get it quite a lot where people say they'll take a percentage and they'll boost my followers by my subscribers by this amount, and I'm like, I just don't think that you will, and I don't think that I need your
Yeah,
help. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I've always had my own like marketing, but one thing that I do really find beneficial is retweet groups,
Hmm.
because if you think about it, there's a group of like 20 people, they've got like a certain amount of followers in, you're
Right.
post sharing your stuff, then I've had people say, oh, I found you through this person. Like it's like, what's the word? I can't remember what that word is. Connections.
Mm. The
Is it?
networking.
Networking. There we go.
Yes, yes. And I found that to be one of the, I guess, biggest advantages to the lockdown as well. People getting more involved internally instead of everybody like completely being by themselves and just not depending on anyone. Because I mean, at the end of the day, to be successful in our work, you do have to network at least a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if you're a solo creator as well. You can't just be solo and then be like, oh, I don't need any help from anyone else. Like, they're not going to share my stuff. I'm not going to get involved in them. Or then you're not going to find different people, different customers. Like, what's going to happen there?
Right.
So I do think you do need to have help from other people in some way.
Yeah. And I mean, not everybody is a permanent, like full-term customer that's going to stay there
Oh,
forever. Like some people
no.
are like, they're seasonal. They'll come stay for a little while and then leave, and maybe they'll
And
come
then,
back, maybe they won't.
yeah, this is the thing. I sometimes get, so I found this to be quite beneficial. Every time I see that a subscriber has left me on OnlyFans, obviously it shows you like in the messages that they're no longer there. I don't know if you see that. And I follow them. So I've just started to like follow them every time. So if you do mass messages, like obviously like I find it beneficial to have like a mixture of like mass messages and loads of free stuff. So like if people want to buy extra, they can, but
Right.
like you'll get stuff anyway on my page. Like it's just for people that want to spend a bit more.
Right.
So I follow them and then I send out messages to them. And I found that sometimes like guys will just think that we don't know that they're not subscribed anymore. And they're like, oh, so like here's a picture of my dick, like I'm gonna talk to you about this. And I'm like, no, this isn't how it works. I'm
Right.
not stupid. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
So that is the next question I have for you. So I have found that doesn't matter what platform I'm on, there is a huge, I'm not going to say increase, but it's always kind of been there. A huge portion of males that literally randomly just send you a picture of their dick. Like, it's just randomly in your DM. Like, you don't even have a conversation with this person, and there's a dick
Oh,
there.
yeah. Yeah. So this is so funny. I think that so I have this thing on so Twitter, I'm not gonna open your messages.
Hmm.
If you're gonna message me on Twitter, there's no way I'm gonna open it. I know what's gonna
Right.
be in that. Do you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
I'm
Same.
unless I see like somebody like you that's like, hey, I want to do this, or somebody that's
Right.
like I know is legit, you know?
Right.
But
Yes.
if it's just like a guy sending me a dick pic, I'm just gonna or sometimes I get in my Twitter, oh my god, I've come to you like 6 times today. You're getting blocked because
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah.
Subscribe, you know?
Two things. If someone sends me a dick pic, there's two things I do.
Yeah.
Typically, I will go ahead and report it. I won't even reply back. I'll just report it. And then two, if someone like messages me and sends a picture of their dick and they're like genuine, like they're asking a question or some shit. Like if it's a submissive or if it's someone that just doesn't understand how things work, I'll send them a message and be like, you can send me $20 and then I'll
Yeah.
acknowledge you. And
Yeah.
then I'm fine accepting a dick pic from somebody that sends me $20.
Yeah,
But
of course.
other than that, I'm gonna report
Yeah.
you and block you.
It's the thing, like on my OnlyFans, I say to people like every subscriber they can get a free dick rate. And I
Yeah,
will give honest opinion. Like I'll look at it and I'll review it. If you
right.
are just sending me a picture of your dick, I don't care. Like I don't care. I see so many of them every day. I don't want to see
Yeah.
yours.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? There's plenty of things I want to see, but not that.
Right. And I mean, it's not like there's any kind of appeal for us to look at it either.
No,
Like why would we want to look at it? We have no
no.
incentive.
Thing like I just I, I just sometimes I look at them and I think you haven't even washed that. You haven't washed it
Yes.
because I
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
So don't disrespect me like that.
Yeah.
Or like you see dirty crap on the floor. Like look at your. Look at your surroundings
Oh,
on the toilet.
oh.
Why are you on the toilet? And I was in my dick rates. I'm like, it could be better because you could have put more effort into it.
Right. Oh my goodness. And
Yeah.
there are some pretty, I mean, I understand people being like, less fortunate, not having the best of, stuff like that. Yeah, I understand. But there's a difference in making sure like your surroundings are clean and you looking all fucking gross and shit. Like,
Like you can even zoom in if you want to. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
There's angles. There's on. I used to live in a student house. This is when I actually started doing my content and getting big from on Twitter. And people would say to me, "Well, it's easy for you. Like you've got this, you've got that." I thought I literally live in the grossest student house. I have had this. I had like a box light, which was like £15 from Amazon, and I had it for like 2 years because I used to use it for my makeup. And I would like put it next to me and then I would like try and go against the white wall. Like there are so many things you can do, even if you
right.
don't have the do it. Like you just have to really like every day you have to be like, right, I'm gonna put F into this today. If you're just gonna take
Yes.
like pictures like with crap everywhere, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. And I have found that really you don't even need lighting. Like even if you don't have that
No,
$15 for a box light, you can
no.
use like natural light. I prefer natural light anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Like I go through stages. At the moment, I found that using my ring light is like people aren't as interested in the photos I take, but using my side lamp, they're like it's like an orangey glow and it's working at the moment. Like you just
Right.
have to honestly have to try loads of different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Consistently evolving. And I've seen
Yeah.
that in any kind of art is like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's adult art or just fucking if you're painting. There are
Yeah.
phases for everything, right?
100%. People get bored of what they see. Like we're all
Mm.
humans. We just like if we see the same thing all the time, and also like in our industry, like I feel like we take inspiration. I'm not going to say copy because some people get
Right.
really upset. Like I could see something on Twitter and I could be like, or read it and be like, wow, that looks sick. Like I'm gonna do that in my own way. Every
Mhm.
single person has evolved and like took inspiration from someone else. So I
Mhm.
feel like, yeah, I think that's the best way of changing. That you can see something and be like, right, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to wear this or I'm going to
Right.
add this, like I think it just makes it more appealing.
Yes, yes, I agree. And I mean, people don't realize that if you take something and kind of turn it into your own, that's a form of flattery.
Yeah.
Now I have seen people be really shitty. They take an idea and kind of turn it a little bit, make it into their own, and then they're shitty to the original creator, which don't fucking do that. Do not come into
Yeah.
the industry and do that shit. That's fucking ridiculous. Like you should appreciate the people that came before you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. 100%. I've just seen it because I feel like it's been about 4 years of 3 or 4 years of being on Twitter, and some like a lot of the time, like if I was to see something I really liked, I would always put in the comments like, oh, and I've tagged this person, like I've taken this from this person, like she looked insane. I wanted to do the same thing.
Right.
I think nowadays, like we're not really like nobody really does that anymore. Like I've
Yeah.
had somebody come and say, oh, have you seen this person? Like they've literally copied like the exact same thing that you've been doing recently. And I'm like, but like we all have the same stuff. Like we all have like a phone to film it. We all have this like, and
Right.
also if she's from it and she's doing her thing, like actually just kind of let her. Like
Right.
I don't. Sometimes I think like yeah, give. I don't know. Like it doesn't. I don't think it bothers. It wouldn't bother me. And sometimes I'll see other people's things and think that looks cool. Like
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, I guess if somebody was like, "Oh, you've done that and I've done that," I'd say, "I'm sorry. Like you looked insane.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tag you in all of this." You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like, okay, so um I've questioned people that have been in all aspects of the industry, right? Like super outgoing, super let me be a part of the community, you know, open to, I guess, teaching others. And then there are the people that just aren't.
Yeah.
I've talked to a couple people that were OnlyFans creators. They weren't
Yeah.
like involved anywhere else in the community, but they were like super secluded, like aggressive to other people in the industry, like thinking they were better than them. And listen, sex work is sex work. You can't be like, oh, well, I'm
All
better
the
than these people over here.
No, it's literally all the same. Like, I would never say that I'm any different from any other sex worker. Like, we all do the same job. Like,
Right.
and that a lot of OnlyFans girls would be like, well, she's a stripper, so she does all of these different things that I don't do. And like, I only do stuff from my home. No, we literally do the same thing. We're all doing the
Right.
same,
Yeah.
and we all stick by each other. It's all the same industry. So why do you
Yes.
think they're better than everyone else? And that's probably a form of denial, because you're just in denial that you're a sex worker, really, aren't you?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. And I was having that debate with someone. They were like, well, this person is a survival worker and I'm not. Just so that means that my pussy's worth more. No, it doesn't.
No, and do you know what? Just bitchiness, really, isn't it? Like, also, if you don't feel like you want to be a part of like this industry, then don't. Like,
Right.
do our own thing. And the thing is, when you support other sex workers, like, it's just so strong. But if you think that you're just
Yes.
by yourself, like, you're not better than anyone. Like, we're all
Right.
doing the same thing. So
Hmm.
mm,
Yes,
that's how.
100%. Same. I also feel like if the community as a whole would come together and realize like all of the great things that we could do for education. And that's one
Yeah,
of the reasons I made this channel for education, awareness, and acceptance of the community. Like
yeah,
all together, if everyone would be able to come together, we could have more protections for our people. We could
yeah,
have an industry where people are more educated, so they're more safe. Like,
yeah.
who wouldn't want that?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I mean, to be honest with you, it's just so hit and miss. Like, sometimes people, I hear a lot of like friends of friends, and if they know what I do, they'll be like, "Oh, that's so empowering. That's so great that you do
Mhm.
that. Like, you're so cool." And I just know that some people will just go home to their partners and be like, "She does this. What a slag. She's a
Yeah,
slag." You know what I mean? Like, I just
yeah,
know that. I know
right,
that. So this is what a lot of people will say to your face, "Oh no, I don't think that you're like, I think that's really cool what you're doing." And
right.
then they'll go like, "She's never gonna find love," or any of these things. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
So,
yes. And that's
mm,
some nasty ass shit. That shows some jealousy. I'm gonna be real
yeah,
with you. A lot of those subconscious, where people are being negative and just being
yeah.
shitty humans, a lot of it is because they are jealous.
Oh, 100%. Like, I had a really close friend, and her boyfriend said that she couldn't be friends with me anymore because of what I do, because he thinks that I go out all the time and I'm crazy lunatic that wants to have dick everywhere. And to be honest with you, I'm such like, I just stay at home all the time. Like,
Yeah,
I don't go clubbing. I have friends that like go out every night. There's nothing wrong with meeting people and enjoying
right,
sex. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
right,
Everyone can do whatever they want to do.
right.
And I just I just too scared to go outside. Like, I am
Mm,
socially awkward. So I don't do that. So I
right.
just feel like you can't judge someone by what they do. Um
Hmm.
yeah, so that just pissed me off, and she stopped talking to me, and I thought, great
That's
friend.
yeah, that's taking out the fucking trash anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody that acts like that, anybody that's negative like that, I see it as they did you a favor, you
yeah,
know? And you just don't need those kind of people in your life. And that's what I try to explain to other people too. Like, if someone doesn't accept and love you for who you are, especially
yeah,
with something that you're passionate about, I mean, this
yeah,
gives you the ability to successfully work for yourself, the freedom and flexibility to work when you can. So if something comes up in life, you're not stressed like mentally and physically.
100%. Like for a period of time, I worked as a nurse, and I found it like the anxiety I had, like going into work on a Monday and feel it on a Sunday. And I'm like a very anxious person anyway. So this to me was like the worst job. And I gave it a go for a year, and then I thought, I just can't do this. Like, I just want to go back to like the life that I have now. Is I'm so organized. I enjoy making content. I enjoy speaking to my fans. Like, everything that I do is fun. So why would I not want to do it?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another one of those things that's kind of hard when you work for yourself, because you do have to be disciplined. You do have to be kind of organized on some level, or you got to pay someone else to do it for you, right?
It's so hard. Like, I have found that most of my subscribers and like engagement comes from America. So it's so hard because of the time difference. So I webcam as well. So what I do is I wake up at like 5 in the morning, I go on webcam, then I go to the gym, I come back from the gym, and then I do some more webcam, and then it gets to about like 2, 3ish, and I'm like, no, I'm knackered, like I need to have a nap. Then I wake up, and then I stay awake all night because I need to speak to like American people. It's just so hard.
Yeah. And if you're not there, you're not making money. It's not one of those, oh, well, I'm just going to take the day off and take sick pay.
No, you literally can't. Like, do you know what? I used to not enjoy being ill, but like, when you have a cold and you don't go to work and you're like, I can watch Netflix. Like, I can do all of it. I had COVID the other week, and I was like, it took it out of me for a week. And I thought, no, I'm getting so depressed because I can't do anything and I enjoy working.
Right.
So how am I making money right now? Pisses you off.
Yeah, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. That's what I feel every time. And people are like, why can't you just be like normal people and just be okay when you're sick and just chill? No.
Or just no, I don't like. Do you ever feel like bad when you just relax?
Yes.
Like, when you're just like sat watching TV and you're like, I really want to go on my phone right now just to like do some stuff.
I could get 5 minutes in here, 10 minutes in here.
Yeah.
I could send out emails. I can go reply on my paid pages. Yeah.
No, sometimes I don't know. There's never really a day where you dedicate to like just having the day off like other people do. Like their weekends, I'm like, oh, their weekends are pretty busy though. I can't take a weekend. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yes. Oh my goodness. I have found that too. So while we're on that topic, let's talk about the difference in how you had the regular job and then working for yourself. What's the pros and cons?
Okay, so I would always say that having a regular job is so if you can do it, just do it on the side as well. Because for me, right, I'm trying to think about how to word it. So when you have a regular job, you're in America, so I'm not really sure about like your pension and all of that stuff. But when you're in the UK, like we get a pension, they pay the tax, like that goes away. And it is good to have like a vanilla job, like that worry is taken away. When you do two things at once, you're like, okay, I've got that extra income, but like if OnlyFans, which it does for me, if OnlyFans falls and like you're like, oh no, I'm really not making like as much as I was last month, that you've always got this backup there.
Right, consistent.
Yeah, it's consistent. And also, like, I don't know, if you ever think, oh, this isn't the industry for me, then the gap in your CV is like, oh, okay, well, she was doing this or he was doing this. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I found it. I enjoyed it for a little bit of time, but then I realized that this is what I want to do.
Right.
So fuck it. And also when you do this full time, there are so many other business ideas that you can have to like put your money and invest into like different businesses that are still you. So that's what I've done now.
Nice. And when it comes to investing, that is definitely one of the things that anybody that is self-employed needs to look into. Because I mean, what if something happens to OnlyFans? What are you going to fall back on? Like what if it gets shut down like all these other websites?
Yeah, literally, that's why I got a job, because I was doing it full time, and then I thought, oh, this is fun. And then there was that big thing with OnlyFans where it was like, it was gonna be like just clothed, I think.
Yeah.
I
They were
thought,
trying to do away with nudity. Like, who is
yeah,
gonna pay for OnlyFans without nudity? What the
this
fuck?
thing, I was like, what's gonna happen? So I got a job and I was miserable in that job, but I still did it.
Right.
And
Right.
and yeah, I just think that when you start to realize, right, this is what I want to do, if you make sure you invest your money into other things, other streams of income, then you know that you're going to be good forever. Well, not forever, but like you're going to be good if some things
Right.
like don't. So that's the main thing I would focus on.
Yes. I completely agree. So I know we kind of talked a little bit earlier about the dangerous situations that most people like to claim that everyone in sex work experiences. Have you ever had anything negative other than somebody like being shitty online? Have you ever
Like,
had any kind of what?
oh, sorry, in person?
Yeah, in person or like some kind of life threat. Have you ever had anything like that happen to you?
No, never. Just
Good
trying to think.
statistics.
No, never. No, nobody's ever said that they want to hurt me. Nobody's ever found me like where I live and been like, oh, do you know what I mean? There's never been that ever.
Right.
Yeah,
Very
no,
nice.
never.
Very nice. So with you, I know you said that you had started kind of modeling back whenever COVID with, everything being closed down. So roughly how long have you consistently been modeling now?
Mhm. Oh, when you say modeling, I think I'm not a model.
Oh, yes, you are.
I was like, what? Um, so I did take I think I took about a year out. So I
Mhm,
think consistently I would say about 3 years, I think.
mhm.
Is that
Okay.
COVID?
Yes. Now, did you take time off? Is that what it was? You took time off?
Yeah, I took some time off to be with family, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then to like figure out my goals.
Right.
Um realized that I was a very anxious person, wasn't built for like the corporate life.
Hmm.
So I just
Yeah.
thought, you just do what you've got to do.
Right. Right.
If it means, I, I guess I learned that. So my biggest thing was, I saw what I made in a year, and then I was trying to find a corporate job, and I was like, oh my god, they start off like the starting salary is so low. I was like, shit, like that's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
And like it just didn't equal out for like what I had made to do that, and I just thought, I'm never going to enjoy this job because I've always made more than this.
Right.
I know that sounds
Yeah.
awful, but it was just like a realization, like, why, if I'm good at something, why, and people don't agree with it, like, should I stop doing it? No.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Mm-mm.
And that is one of my biggest things. Like, if somebody is good at something and they're doing it safely, leave them the fuck alone. Like,
Literally.
somebody is happy, they're doing something they're good at, it's a safe environment, there's
Yeah.
consensual humans. Like,
Yeah.
go get a life for yourself. Like, leave these people
Like,
the fuck alone.
literally, it's not harming people.
Yeah.
Why do this is like the biggest thing for me. Like everyone has something to say, and I'm like, I don't think you realize, like, or my biggest thing at the moment is like, how are you? So say like you're dating someone, how are you meant to like break it to them that you do this? Because like it's my job, but I know that either they'll think, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna fuck her and go, or they're like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm not into that, because I'm sorry, I would be too jealous that you talk to like guys all the time.
Right.
Okay, like saying you have a small dick.
Bye.
If
if you need a therapist, or if you need an extension, maybe talk to a doctor on one end of the spectrum.
Like, what do you want from me? Like, I don't know.
Well, and I've seen a lot of people that start out in relationships and they're like, oh, I think it's so cool that you're a model. And I think it's so cool that all of these guys are like drooling over you. And they're cool with it for like the first 6 months. And then when the new wears off, after, they've banged this person and the new wears off, they're like, I'm not okay with this anymore. I need you to change.
I think the whole thing is guys that are like super into it are like, wow, this is a fantasy. Like, all of these guys want her, but like, I get her. And they're like, this is sick. And then they're like, whoa, hang on a sec. I really don't want her speaking to anyone else. And it's like, get a grip. Like, literally, get a grip. Sorry, I'm working, you're working. I'm not causing harm. You're not, like, it's not like I'm cheating on you.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Some people are exhausting, man. They need to work through their trauma, damn it.
Yeah.
So that kind of leads me to my next question for you. With, of course, we were kind of talking about relationships and a support system. Do you have a support system? It doesn't matter if it's like family members or someone that is outside of the sex work community.
Yeah, I've got a best friend. She's insane. Like, I just love her so much. She like works 9 to 5 every day. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm going through something, she will go outside and call me that same second. Like, she is she's always been there. Like, when we were living together, she would be like, oh, are you doing your stuff? Okay, let me know how it goes. Like, you're doing your stuff. She's brilliant. I love her so much. She's amazing. I pretty much have told like all of my friends. Like, all of my friends know what I do, and they're all like, they're just sick with it. Family. No, some family.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I am completely honest with anyone and everything, like anyone and everyone. So I started modeling first in fetish many, many years ago. And I was a dom then, but I wasn't public, right?
Yeah.
And I had this, he was from the UK.
Nice.
And it was a foot boy that I had been chatting with. And he had told me, he's like, do you let your family know what you do? And do your friends know? And I'm like, well, yeah, like I don't advertise it to everyone, but like my family know. And he's like, well, kind of how did you tell them? And I'm, explaining to him that I've always been like an open person and I don't give a fuck what people think. And he's telling me that his family had cast him out, said that because he had this odd interest that they didn't want him to be part of the family anymore. And I'm like, because you liked feet, they told you that you couldn't be in the family anymore. And he's like, yeah. So
why did you tell them? Like, why is it? Wait, I mean, obviously you can tell them, but like, would you sit down with your parents and be like, guys, listen, I love feet. Like, I just get so horny with feet, and I hope that you're okay with that. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, would you?
Yeah.
What a
Well,
wow.
it was one of those situations he was trying to more or less not feel weird and feel like someone cared for him.
Yeah.
So he explained it to this person, and then they ended up telling the whole family. He gets kicked out of the family, and I'm like, wow, what shitty people. So I started doing a self-help channel on YouTube. Yeah, it's fucking insane. So I did a self-help channel on YouTube to kind of like let people know that it's okay to be your fucking self. And
Huh?
then that's kind of where all of my publicity with, going to the public with my work was. I just kind of was like, well, I'm just going to let all my shit hang out, show people who I am and let them know that it's okay to be a little fucking weird. We're all a little fucking weird.
Yeah, no matter like if you say it or if you don't, like we are all the same. Like we all have our own kinks and fetishes, but wow, if your family stopped talking to you because you
Yeah.
like feet are amazing. I love feet. I mean, I would borderline say that I have a foot fetish.
Yes.
Like touching my feet.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, see, I have interest in feet, and then I also have this oral fixation, and I'm gonna tell you, whoo, like
I'm
it's it's one of those things where if I couldn't enjoy myself, I'm gonna say I would be disappointed not just in the people that I was with, but I would be disappointed in myself. Like you would never be able to find pleasure. Think think about like you being in the bedroom, trying to experience what you like and being like, "Oh, my
yeah.
family thinks I shouldn't be licking feet, so I'm not going to lick feet." Like
Oh, I don't care.
I'm
Yeah.
going to lick feet. If that's what if that's what I want to do,
Uh,
I'm going to fucking lick feet.
doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
It doesn't I think also why are you thinking about your family in the bedroom? Like
I know. Oh my goodness. What
that
I
might
guess some people have fetish that are aligned with that, but and I'm not king shaming. I'm not king shaming. That's not what I'm doing here.
no, there are so many things out there, and who are we to say like, whoa, that's but yeah, I think
That's above my pay grade, damn it.
yeah, the foot thing, feet are great. I love them.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Did you tell your parents about it or like your family members that you do what you do? So I'm just trying to get comfortable.
Yes. So my family, I told them many years ago, whenever I came into the light, I told them that I was a dominatrix, and I kind of had to explain it to them because not everybody knows what a dominatrix is.
No,
So
I do and I don't like I'm still
ask me the
not
questions. Ask me the questions.
okay. Thanks. So like what? So okay, you dominate men. I'm assuming, and women dominate men and women.
Mhm.
Okay, so could that be in like pretty hardcore ways or
Depends on what they like.
okay, so you have to ask them what their boundaries are first, right?
Always.
So sometimes when I have a really submissive person,
Mhm.
I feel like weird asking what their boundaries are because they're submissive. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, well, there still needs to be communication regardless.
okay,
And now some people that are submissive do like only what you like. Like they don't really have desires of their own. They just like to please you, whatever that is. But
okay,
you still need to know what those boundaries are
yeah,
for them and for you so that there could be open communication so everyone's having a good time,
yeah, of
right?
course,
So whenever I have a submissive, now in person and online's a little different. Online is a little less rigid because
yeah,
I mean, you're not there in person doing stuff to this person, you're just
yeah,
online texting. But
yeah,
whenever you have like an in-person session, I have an application. They have to fill out the application. I need all of the information. I need all of it. Like I make sure they tell me if there's like medications that they take because if somebody's gonna be fucking popping some kind of little purple pill, I need to know if they're gonna have a heart attack. Somebody gets overly excited, they get a hard on, and then they just fucking have a heart attack. I need to know.
you're
Um,
so clever. Very clever.
Listen, I got all the boxes checked. I got to make sure. And then I
Me
like to know
too.
what they like because I mean, I want pleasure out of it. I need them to have pleasure out of it because I fucking love my job.
Yeah.
Because it's more
So
than a job, it's a passion, right?
yeah, of course. So when you do this, right? So in person, say like it was pretty hardcore and you were like, I don't know, I'm not really sure what's involved, but like say if you were like kicking them or hitting them, do you get pleasure out of that as well as them? Like do you ever like have sex after, or is that completely off boundaries if they, do you know what I mean? Like,
hmm
because
So,
they're submissive.
right. So it depends on the situation. Now, I have regular submissives that have been my mates. So I have sex with my mates after session, but I will not have sex with someone that isn't a mate. Like if
Oh,
they're just my submissive,
yeah,
then yeah, no. I do not mix sex with that. One, because I don't want them confusing the type of therapy.
yeah,
And two, because that is a boundary for me. So unless
yeah,
they are a mate, because I'm
yeah.
polyam too. So I take multiple mates.
Okay.
So if it's a submissive that I'm in a relationship with, then fuck yeah. I don't care if they're fucking submissive. I don't care if they're a switch. If they are in a relationship like more than a submissive, then
Yeah.
fuck yeah. That's super fucking exciting for me. But it's one of those things I also feed off of the energy of my submissive. So the more they're enjoying themselves, the more I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, there's a
Okay.
huge power exchange, super fucking exciting.
Yeah.
Like it can be an amazing experience.
Yeah. I think that is something that I think a lot of people aren't really like sure about what like the boundaries are
Right.
and what kind of happens, because it's kind of personal, isn't it? Like one person might like something and the other person might like something else. You never really know.
Yes. Which is why I have an application and I ask extensive questions.
You're amazing. So, so is it male and female, or is it men and women that both want to be dominated, or is it just men?
Oh, it's both.
Yeah,
So I've actually had couples session with me too.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've had couples, I've had solo females, I've had solo males.
Yeah,
Um, Now, some of them develop into regular, some of them don't. Some of them it's just like a bucket list kind of thing.
yeah,
But I like to be completely upfront in the beginning. And for me, I'm a long-term domina because I feel like that first one, yeah, that first session can be awesome. It can be amazing. But for
yeah.
me, the compatibility as you grow with the person makes everything feel so much better, like
Oh, of course.
mentally, and then you're more comfortable. You know what this person likes. It's not one of those
Yeah,
things that you have to explain things over and over and over
yeah,
because you feel this body chemistry that you
yeah,
have, and the compatibility allows you to kind of say less words and feel more, you know?
yeah, yeah. That's like with anything, isn't it? Like I feel like for me, if I want to have sex with someone, I think as I've got older, I'm like, I don't want to have a one night stand, because
Right.
when I have a one night stand, they don't know what I like. I don't know what they like. I
Yeah.
don't know if like I don't even know if I like you. So
Right.
so I'm just like, I have never come from having a one night stand. I've never in like re
hmm
experience. It's only from seeing someone regularly and then talking to them, and I'm like, wow, you're a great person. Like, no,
hmm
I really like you.
Yeah.
And the more then the more you're like, yeah, this is good, you know?
Right. Yes.
But the first
Same.
time kind of awkward as well. Like the first time was like,
Mhm.
what do we really want to do here?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, for me, it's like the overexposure and learning someone's body and learning their mind allows you to get maximum pleasure, allows them to get maximum pleasure. It's just like whenever it comes to like maybe you may have the one-off orgasm. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's part of your fetish. Maybe
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
one of your kinks. But overall, for like an extended period of time, I do 10 times better whenever I know the person, they know my body, and I know theirs. Like,
It's a
it's just a
comfort.
better experience. Yeah.
Yeah. And like when you feel relaxed, that is
Hmm.
when you're gonna reach your best. I don't know. I feel like it's just like a thing. Like if you feel relaxed, then your body is gonna have a really good orgasm. If you're not,
Hmm.
you're just gonna be tense and you're gonna be like, don't really want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I think also it's important, everyone's different. So I know that there's some of my friends that could come really easily. Like they could
Right.
have sex with someone and be like, oh my God, this is great. I'm enjoying myself. Like, and it could be just purely penetration. And they're like, yeah, like this is it for me. Like I'm gonna
Hmm.
come. Me, it just takes a bit of work.
Yeah.
So it takes work and love. Like I'm a hopeless chick. Like I just love for me is like the biggest thing.
Hmm.
I know that sounds so pathetic.
No, it doesn't. And it sounds like you need a lot of mental stimulation. And
Yeah.
that is not a terrible thing. Like, that is an amazing thing.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes I really like I really like if I have like a situationship and I'm just like meeting them and like we're doing our thing, we're talking all the time, like I'll fall in love. Like I will fall
Hmm.
quite easily. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Free
Do you think
lover.
yeah, are you the same or can you control your emotions a bit better?
Oh, mine is, I am the most soft, hard person anyone could ever meet. So I completely refuse to feel things. And because I was abused in the past, because I have past traumas and issues, I'm going to tell you that my abuse started at 3 and it led up until I was 26 on and off by different people. So I learned how to turn my shit off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that the majority of the time, especially whenever I was younger, it wasn't for the best. So I kind of learned
You
how to
just
turn that. Yeah, I turned it on and off. Now I try to be more open with experiencing things emotionally. It's also why I went into psychology, so I could kind of help other people and even help myself.
yeah.
Um, so my problem isn't falling in love with everyone that I have like a small connection with. My problem is the people I do choose to fall in love with, I fall way too fucking hard and way too
Yeah.
fucking deep, and there's no fucking escape.
Yeah, like it consumes you and you're like, oh
Yes.
yeah, no, I completely understand that. And I think that it's even harder, like you say, when you don't want to like give all at the start
Hmm.
and you're like really like closed and then you really do fall for someone. It's like you don't understand. Like you don't understand that this has been hard for me and now I really, really like you. And
Yeah.
like I completely understand. That's really hard.
Yes. And I mean, I think a lot of people don't know how to communicate, so it makes situations harder because I mean, some people have experienced, traumas. Other people have, but not
Yeah.
as bad. And then some people have just been told whenever you have emotions, just don't talk about them at all.
Mhm. Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I'm so in between. Like, I could go through, I don't know. I don't really understand myself, to be honest. Like, I could really like someone, and I, if I feel like every day I'm waking up and they're like making me anxious and things are not going right, like I can switch off quite easily. Like I'll just be like, right, okay, you're playing me. This is like a shit situation. Like I'm gonna switch off from right now and don't bother me. And it takes me a good like couple of days, and then like I can tune my body into being like, right, okay, on like forget.
Right.
But I don't know. I'm really bad with like so there's a guy at my gym, right? And I've never spoken to him in my life. I don't know his name. I have no idea where he's from, anything. I just see him every single day, and in my head, we're getting married. In my head.
It's cute. So what drew you to him?
Oh my God, he's huge.
Okay.
He's such a tall man. He's like 6'5", muscly.
Okay, one of those dreamy kind.
He's never gonna speak to me in my life. And like, you know, when it's like that, like when you're just so I think that because I love him so much, he doesn't even know me. I think that he does things for me. So the other day he did like push-ups on the wall. I was like, that's for me. Of course it is. He's seen me work out the treadmill. He knows that I'm there. That's for me.
He knows that I'm utterly obsessed.
Oh, such a nightmare. I need to stop being like this. Do you have the same thing? A bit more like standoffish and normal?
Well, I'm definitely not normal, but I think I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. So I don't have like I guess expectations where I'm like, oh, well, that what that person's doing is for me. But I guess I have a sense of entitlement. Like whenever I'm drawn to somebody, I'm just like, we're fucking together. So you're mine now.
Yeah. I like that. I just fuck, I'm so nervous though. Like I can't speak to I literally can't. I can't speak to men or I'm not gonna lie, like even like I don't know what I would say. Like my friends have told me off in the past because I will always be like, I think I'm straight. I think I'm straight. But then as things happen and I do things with women and then I'm like, I really enjoyed that. And like, hang on a sec. But I would never know how to pursue a woman. Like that terrifies me because I'm like, my parents wouldn't mind. Like, there's no issues, but it's purely like I wouldn't know how to approach a woman or a man. Little bit screwed. Just kind of have to stay away. So I know.
But you know, like I feel like the advancement of technology and with like the dating apps and stuff, I feel like it has opened up the world for people that do have trouble communicating, but at the same time, they hide behind shit with that. And I feel like most dating apps do not fucking work. They're just people trying to fucking hook up.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, I go on, like, sometimes I'll go on a dating website and it'll be like, not looking for anything serious. And I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. But, like, why are you here? Like, I understand serious, but, like, not even short term. So you're just here to shag. Like, fine. But, like, I'm here for love. Like, I could have loved. No, I'm insane. No, I actually am insane. But no, I find them kind of hard because you'll speak for a bit, but like then it's kind of awkward when I don't know, when you go for a date, you already kind of like know everything about each other. What are you meant to say? Like, how was your holiday when you went? All that. I don't know. Yeah. I don't do that. I don't do it.
So I do have a question about the dating apps. So I have noticed that the majority of the dating apps that I'm on, regardless of what platform it is, like everywhere on the fucking internet, is the majority of a couple, a male and a female, looking for a unicorn. And I'm just like, why is this all dating apps are? Is the guy looking for a one night stand or a couple looking for a third to fuck them?
Yeah, I have literally never seen that. I mean, I feel like this is the thing. Like, wow, that must be really fucking
It's
different.
frustrating. It is very frustrating.
Not just like, oh, so when they match with you, then they're like, oh, by the way, it's a couple and we want to do this.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bit
And a lot.
rude.
So, now, some of them were upfront about it. They're like, oh, it's me and my man, and we're just looking for someone to have fun with.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
My version of fun and yours are completely different. I have literally told several people that, like,
Yeah.
are you into being bent over a bed? Are you
Yeah.
into being tied up? What about
Yep.
bondage? You know, you like bondage?
Oh my God, bondage. I am so intrigued. So how do you do that? Like what do you do?
It all depends on the person, but I'm gonna tell you, not everyone is into bondage because it makes them feel very vulnerable. But I fucking
Claustrophobic.
love it. I fucking love it. Now, I'm gonna tell you that I do not consider myself a rigger because I am by no means the pretty, like I don't do the fancy fucking knots and shit. I don't know how to do that. Now, I did buy a book and I've been watching so I can learn, but I haven't had time to. But growing up, I've always been on a farm, right? Okay, so you guys, you didn't hear the conversation we had earlier. We've been talking about farms and goats and all kinds of stuff. So that was before we started recording. Um, so I've kind of always been around animals and on a farm and kind of learning my own way. So I taught myself how to tie knots. You can ask some of my submissives now, and there's no damn way you're getting out of a knot that I fucking tie. But, but
That is
but yeah, it's I fucking love bondage. Not everyone shares a passion for it. Some people they can for a short time and then they start feeling too vulnerable. I understand. Myself, I love using it if I'm just tying someone up, like for them to be a placeholder for something like human furniture, or if I'm yes, that happens. Or if I'm tying them up so I can use them for something. Like I like to tie someone up so I can use them for leverage sometimes. Like if I'm face sitting or doing something and I need something to hold on to,
okay, yeah.
perfect. Perfect. Like tie their arms together or tie their arms and their legs together. And then I will use that, like the restraint, to hold leverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing.
See, I feel like I could be tied up, but maybe like I don't know, like in a certain way because I feel like it's kind of claustrophobic. Like I don't want to feel
Hmm.
like
Right.
I can't breathe, but if you tie
Right.
me up, like, oh, I'm very submissive. Like I actually do prefer in a relationship and in the bedroom, like I would no, I'm open to a lot of things in the bedroom. But like in a relationship, I want to be like I want a dominant man. I want somebody to be like, we're gonna do
Right.
this, you're gonna do this. I'm like, cool,
Yeah.
thanks.
That's what I needed in my life.
Deal. In the bedroom, like I can be dominated, but I found actually with one of my exes, I said, I was like, hit me, just hit me.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, 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 no. He stopped. He was like, no, I don't want to hurt you. And I was like, uh, it's okay though. You can just give me a little bit of a smack. And
Right.
he's like, no, 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 no. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I was like, all right, well, let's go to bed.
Well, I just got super dry.
What do what do we do? Where do we go from here? So I don't know. I'm
I love it. I love it. So let's talking about that actually. Circle back to kinks. What kind of kinks do you have?
Oh, there's a few. There's loads actually. I'm really not so
Tell me.
dating.
Tell me.
Oh my God, there's tons. I like pure love making, like just the normal, everyday, just sensual sex. I love that so much. Okay. Standard one. That's one. And then two would be like, I would just, you know, when you see on porn, right? There's a guy in a balaclava. He breaks into the house. He sees you there and he's like, hey, what are you up to? And I'm not telling anyone to break into my house. Okay.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
This has to be prearranged, completely consensual.
This is a whole fantasy in my head. I'm like, wow, that would be insane. Like, just push me onto the bed and just do it.
Ravage.
You know? Crazy. Gangbang. I would love multiple dicks.
Delicious. Delicious.
There are so many things that I'm into. I love women as well. Like, I really enjoy women. I just feel like I don't really have that many experiences with women that
right.
I don't know. Like, I found that with women, when I'm with them and we have sex, like, I will be more dominant towards them. But yeah, again, like, it's kind of harder to like meet women that want to, like, I don't know, they never really say to me, oh, I really find you attractive. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's not like a fact, you know how there's like loads of straight women out there that are like, oh, well, sometimes I like kind of watch a bit of lesbian sex and then I just kind of think like, am I a lesbian? No, probably not.
Right.
You know, maybe, I don't know, but like it's not quite it.
Right. It's like a bi-curious wild hair. They're like, what about the possibilities?
Yeah.
Like, no, I kind of knew I was queer since 5th grade. I actually came out of the closet in 6th grade.
So are you bisexual or are you straight? No, sorry.
Pansexual.
Okay, so that means that you are interested in the person as they are?
Yes. Oh, you're fucking gorgeous.
Yes. I think that even my mum said this before. She's like, I think that I'm pan. Like, I could be with a woman, man, anything. Like, it doesn't matter to me.
Yes.
And I completely, there's nothing. I mean, typically I probably would be with a man because they are more forward with me, that they want to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's less likely that a woman comes up to a woman and says, do you know what? I want to be with you.
Right.
Like, I don't experience that. So yeah, but I agree. I think that, yeah. Sorry, I was just in deep thought then.
So, have you ever considered dating someone else that is a model?
Oh. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? Like, I have.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
It doesn't really end up very well.
Was it just what was it? What about it made it not work?
Oh, so fresh. Like, I feel like so, I don't know. I think it's more about like your boundaries and like what you say to them.
Right.
Also, it's really difficult. I don't know. I think that I would be with somebody who was in the industry, but firstly, I wouldn't ever want them to do collabs. So if that's something that they did, I couldn't deal with that, you know, like I can't deal with it. Like, it makes me really sad. Especially like being able to see it, like I think that really hurts. So that's like one of my things. But in terms of like, if they were just a solo creator and they were messaging people, if they did what I did,
right,
then I like, fine, do it, because I know
Right.
what's involved. But like the minute that you do collabs, for me, that's a no, because I am too sensitive, and I can't, I don't have that thing in me. Like, you know how you could be a swinger, so you're
Right.
okay with watching your partner do things with other people. Like, in me, that like really hurts.
Right.
What
Of
about
course.
you?
So yes, well, I'm pansexual and I'm polyam, so I don't have a problem with my mates being with someone else.
Okay.
I have a problem whenever there's lack of communication. So
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest things for me. If someone's trying to hide something, I'm a community
Yeah.
poly, so I'm all about, like, I don't care if it's fucking group sex, I don't care if it's like my mate being with someone else.
Yeah.
I'm cool with all that. But now if you're trying to hide something from me, it doesn't even matter if it's one of those things like you're trying to hide that you're having a meeting with one of our friends. Like, you don't even have to be sex related. Like, I just want open communication and to know
Yeah.
that people respect my boundaries. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
100%. Oh my God. Yes.
So that's the thing for me. Like, I could care fucking less. And as long as somebody is like tested clean and shit, I don't give a fuck. Um, I just like open communication. And that goes with
Yeah.
anything. That goes with like my family members and shit. Like, I will call them out all the time. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just need to know what the fuck is going on, and I need to know that you're not deceiving me, because I don't like to feel manipulated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I literally feel you on that. And especially what you said about like being clean. Like, so if you're cheating on me, or if you're seeing other people behind my back, or say we're just seeing each other, for me, I'm very open from the start. Like, I don't want to have sex with you if you're going to be having sex with other people, purely because I don't know what you're going to bring to me. Like,
Yeah.
and it's more of a safety thing, as well as like, even if you've been seeing somebody for 2 weeks and you're having sex with them, like, for me, it's like, I almost want to be like, right, are you seeing other people right now? Tell me, because I need to
Right.
know that I'm safe. Are you going
Yes.
to, like, that's a big thing as well. And also, you're disrespecting me if you don't tell me.
Yeah, if you're not responsible, like, be a responsible fucking adult.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it's
uh,
not hard. And I think the reason that's such a hard boundary, well, I know the reason that's such a hard boundary for me is because one of my exes, now I've always been poly, I've always been completely open, letting, I don't have a problem with my mates being with people. Well, one of my mates was at a party and they decided to sleep with someone, and they lied to me, told me they didn't sleep with anyone, which I didn't have a problem with them sleeping with anyone. I had a problem that they weren't checked and didn't use protection, ended up
oh,
getting an STI. They gave me an STI, and I'm freaking the fuck out because I'm an overthinker anyway,
yeah.
you know.
Don't, that is the most hurtful thing that you can do to someone. Firstly, lie, and
Yeah,
then cause you damage. Like, you're literally damaging somebody that you care about.
and
No.
supposed to care about. Ooh,
Yeah.
I was livid because, I mean, it's one of those things. At that time, I had only had a solo partner, so I hadn't been with anyone, and it was close to 9 years or 8 years. So it was 8 or 9 years. I hadn't been with anybody but this one partner. I was too busy with life. I
Yeah.
had multiple jobs. I was going to school. I was taking care of my kids and shit. And then all of a sudden, I get an STI. It's not like I can walk down the street and get an STI.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, fucking pull yourself together and don't
Yeah.
be so rude. And also, like, sometimes I find like, so um if you care for someone and you're gonna go out of your way and you're gonna do that, at least be like, right, cool, I'm gonna wear a condom. I'm gonna do that with them.
Yes.
And like, I was seeing somebody first year of uni, and I didn't really see the warning signs.
Mhm.
He was a very like promiscuous man, and I didn't realize. And
Right.
every time he was with me, he used a condom with me. And I was just like, why? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm clean, you're clean, like, I'm on the
Mhm.
pill, like, everything's fine.
Right.
And one day I asked him, I was like, why do you always use a condom? Like, it's okay. He was like, oh, because I just don't want to hurt you. Like, I wouldn't ever want to give you anything. And I was like, oh my God, he's so sweet. But now thinking back on it, like, I now know he was literally like having sex with so many people. And yeah, he maybe cared for me a little bit to do that. But I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. And I mean, I don't ever slut shame. I have no problem with people that want one night stands, people that enjoy that. I have no problem with that. I do not shame anyone for any of that. But what I have a problem with is whenever people take advantage of other people that don't want the same thing and then they don't communicate that. Like in that
Yeah.
situation, that was a shitty way to be like, I want laid and I just want to make sure, I'm not spreading whatever I'm catching around.
Yeah.
When in reality, he's like, I just want to fuck whoever I want and not get caught.
Yeah, 100%. Like, he wanted to fuck whoever he wanted to, but then he wanted me to be like that safe person at home.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is really shitty. It's really shitty because it's fine. It's fine to want to go and, fuck a bunch of people. It's fine if you're one of those people that like one night stands, maybe you just like go to the bar to pick people up, whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's okay to be a whore.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it's 2023. Go fucking crazy, man. But you
When I
should
was younger,
communicate what you want.
yeah, like 100%. When I was younger, I feel like when I first started to like understand what everything was, and like I was having sex, like that was probably like it didn't bother me. I didn't want
Right.
to be in a relationship. I guess now where I'm like older and I've done everything, like I've done all the parties, I've gone out, I've done everything that I could possibly want to do. Like, I find
Right.
so much satisfaction in staying home and like doing the most boring things, but like it's fun to me,
Right. Yes.
So yeah, and I feel like sometimes sex isn't all that. Like, sometimes it can be, but like I don't know, I don't think it's all that at the same time.
Right. Right. 100%. And I mean, excuse me, if you're like, and you do sound like you're quite similar to me with this, if you are on the same wavelength with someone, like your brain chemistry works, it makes you more excited to be with that person,
Yeah,
right?
100.
So it's like, yeah, sex is sex, but I mean, it doesn't mean as much unless you have that mental connection, you know?
Yeah, I think this is the thing. I think there's people that really, like, as I said, like, I've got friends that really enjoy just being spontaneous and just doing what they want to do. And I love that. And I've done that. Like, I've
Right.
been there. It's fine. Um, it sounds really pathetic, but with me, like, as soon as I have sex with someone, I feel this like instant, like I just feel, either if I don't like them and I have like nothing, like I don't want to be seeing them again, then I will feel really sad. And if I like them and they don't want to speak to me that much, then I'll also feel like, fuck, this is too much for my body to handle.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you either have like this huge connection when you have sex or you don't, and it just depends, really.
Yes. Yes, 100%. I agree. So going back kind of in the same realm, if you were talking to your younger self, so I know you said you kind of experienced a lot whenever you were younger, and then as you got older, you're more in the settling down phase. So if you could give your younger self some kind of like vital information you wish you could give them, what would that be?
Just like slow down. Like, literally slow down. Like, you don't have to go this wild when you're so young. It's like, and also, I look back on what I did when I was younger, and I was in some like scary situations that, like, if I was a parent, like, I'd be shocked. Like,
Right.
it was dangerous. There was just some wild places that I was in and some bad situations. And I think, looking back on it now, like, my parents have always been like very strict with me, and now I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, I actually get it. because there's some bad people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
yeah, I think I would just say slow down. Like, you literally don't have to go fast. And now that I'm at the age where I could be going out and partying all the time, like I don't want to.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think?
I think my advice to my younger self would be, you don't have to fix everyone. And as much
Yeah,
as you want to, it's impossible. Like, I was always the overachiever that felt like if someone had a problem, I had to be the one to fix it because no one else would. And it caused a lot of issues for me. Like, especially with like my past marriage, and then a lot of my friends and stuff. It was one of those, I held on to people too long trying to fix things that they never saw an issue with.
yeah,
And I feel like I robbed myself of time because I tried to invest in people that didn't want the investment.
yeah.
So I feel like I would tell myself, invest in yourself more and less in others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. So when were you married?
I got married when I was 18.
Wow.
Yeah, I got married. Actually, it was a couple months after I turned 18. I turned 18 in June and I got married in August.
Wow. That's young.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. It was very young. And
I,
then it was a
yeah,
wild time. Listen. And it's one of those things, like, I don't regret any of it. It helped me develop into the person that I am.
yeah,
And well, my problem was I was born 50, man. I was just I already knew everything I wanted in life and I knew how to get it, and it was just a matter of me working to get it. The
yeah.
problem was everybody around me wasn't born 50.
Oh, yeah. That,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I agree with what you say though. Like, every single thing in life, like, I don't even think there's any bad decisions that I've made,
Mm,
like, because you learn from them every single time.
hmm
I believe
Yeah.
that, like, everything happens for a reason, and I believe in that so much. Like, we just have to go along with the flow.
hmm Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean, you can learn from everything if you want to. The problem is a lot of people don't want to. They want to be oblivious because it's easier.
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah.
I don't like being oblivious.
Oh, these things have happened in our lives, and it's what you do in the future to make it better. You can't just, the thing is, there can be shit things that have happened. I feel like we just have to be like, okay, well, that's happened.
Mhm.
And I almost think that sometimes you just have to sit with yourself and just be like, okay, so how is this making me feel right now as well? Like, the more you
Yes.
ignore the thing, the more you're like, okay, that's what's doing this, you know?
Yes, 100%. And I mean, people look at therapy like it's a bad thing, but I'm gonna tell you, I feel like the majority of people, the vast majority of people could benefit greatly if they had therapy in their life with a good therapist. Obviously, someone that doesn't really give a fuck about you is not really going to help you. But I feel like therapy overall could help everyone prosper. That's like, with me, it's literally part of being a dominatrix, right? You're offering therapy of some form to someone that either can't get it somewhere else or doesn't feel safe somewhere else. I offer a
Yeah.
safe space for someone to grow. That's an amazing thing.
That is insane. And
Yeah.
also, like, sometimes you wouldn't expect that from that type of part of sex work. Do you know what I
hmm
mean? Like, a lot of
Yeah.
people wouldn't understand that. And that's why, like, you need to speak out about it, because it's just such a hidden thing. Like, as
hmm
I said, like, I'm not really sure what happens because it's not something that I look into, you know? But
Right.
no, that, yeah, like, you understand it. And also, I feel like a lot of the time, like, people that come to you must be like, there's something going on in themselves. And anyone that, I guess, wants to be dominated wants to feel I don't know, like I'm quite submissive and I want somebody to make me feel safe. I know that just sounds like crazy opposite, but like I'll be submissive, you be dominant, and like I'll feel safe from it. I don't know.
Yes, yes. And the power exchange allows everyone to get what they need out of the situation. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like, being a dominant doesn't mean you just go in and beat the shit out of somebody. Like,
No,
yeah, there are some people that like the shit beat out of them, but the vast majority of people do not like the shit beat out of them.
yeah. This is the thing, like you're not just gonna go in and kick somebody's head in and be like, oh, there we go,
Yeah,
finish.
yeah.
No, there's so many different levels. That's why I say like I don't understand it, because I don't know what each different level are. I'm so sure there's so many different things.
Oh, yeah.
And
There are some people that literally just like to be cuddled.
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the thing, like I where I do webcamming, like people will ask me, oh, do you do this? Do you do this? Like I've learned so many different things. And like a lot of the time I just say yeah. And I go with the like, that was brilliant. And I'm like, don't understand. Like I had no idea. Like they'll say, oh, you need to speak to me like I am this thing. And I'm like, true. Like true. But yeah, try to be versatile, I guess.
Yes, yes. And that's part of, working in the industry itself. You kind of have to be flexible because not
Yeah,
everyone is going to have the same personality and the same desires.
no. This is the thing, like I found a lot of the time as well, um, people just want to speak to you. Like they just want to
Yes.
communicate. They need somebody to speak to. And like the world is a very horrible place sometimes. There's not many people that you can just speak to.
Hmm.
And I guess
Especially
like,
without having judgment.
yeah, 100%. Like we're the most
Yeah.
non-judgmental people. Like
Hmm.
we're just I feel like sex workers are just different. Like I don't know. I feel like we have a lot of respect for people, and also I think we understand people. Like there's no judgment.
Right. Yes, I completely agree. So, kind of looking back at that, how has sex work helped you grow as a person?
Hmm. I feel like the normal thing to say would be like, oh, I'm so much more confident and I can go outside and I'm like feel like a bad bitch. I mean, they don't really, not gonna lie. I feel like helping me grow as a person, I, I would honestly say the financially, obviously, like you
Hmm.
have so much more freedom.
Right.
I think that's
Yeah.
the main thing. Like I have freedom to see my friends when I want to. I have freedom to decide I want to wake up late today or I want to see
Right.
my family, you know? I think
Right.
that type of freedom is insane and a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah, they
Um
don't, for sure.
yeah, confidence wise, I people always say to me, they're like, oh, you post all of this, like you have this amount of people looking at you. And I'm like, I just don't, but you don't see it. You don't see
Right.
your followers looking at that picture, you know?
Right.
So still probably need to work on the confidence. What about you?
Fucking amazing. You're fucking amazing. For me, I think the biggest thing that sex work has taught me is that some people some people truly do not want growth or help as much as I want them to. So you'll have these people that are like the bucket list people that are like, oh, well, I'm just trying to put a band-aid on what I'm going through. And I'm like, well, let's dig into it. Let me help you. And they're like, I don't want help. I just want you to do this one thing. And I'm like,
Yeah,
but that's not resolving the issue. I have a
yeah,
passion for fixing issues, which is also my toxic trait.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so sex work has kind of taught me that those temporary people, I shouldn't expect to kind of help them
yeah,
through the actual traumas. I need to understand that they don't want help at that time. If
yeah,
they do want help, they'll be back. If
yeah,
not, then I just need to let them go. Like seasonal people that come in your life.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants me to be their permanent dominant. They just want a little taste and then they want to go. And that's perfectly fine. People get to heal differently. But sex work has taught me that it's okay to let that temporary person go and not be looking to solve all of their problems. So
Yeah.
it helped me kind of realize I can still be meaningful in their life. I can still help them with things, but it doesn't mean I'm going to be a permanent person in their life.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess holding like less accountability for people and their actions, I guess.
Yes. My problem is I'm a problem solver and I like to stick with it until the problem is solved.
Yeah.
Um,
Just fuck people sometimes. Fuck them.
yeah.
Go
And I do love
job.
my job. I'm not
Yeah.
complaining.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Sometimes just be like, okay, you don't want my help? Cool. Put it in
yeah.
a box, going
Yeah.
away.
I'll see you maybe next month. Okay. If not, cool.
I don't care. I'm cool as a cucumber. I don't care.
So whenever you were talking earlier about, I have two more questions for you. Whenever you were talking earlier about kind of where you were mentally, I know you get kind of anxious. So the job kind of it helps you be more flexible about things you're comfortable with. So mentally, what do you like about sex work? What does it offer you?
So, okay. So as I said, I am like, I find it hard, like in social situations, I guess, to be like, so going to the gym and things like that, that was a big thing for me to be able to like just go in and be like, nobody's looking at me, nobody cares.
Right. Right.
Sometimes when like bad stages where I'm like, oh, like I don't think that I can speak to this person. I don't think I can do this thing. Like
Hmm.
loads of self-doubt. I just think, do you know what I've accomplished, what I've done, who I am as a person, how I've grown, then I just think, do you know what, is it really that deep? Like, is it really such a big issue? Like you have people that support you.
Right.
There's people that support you, there's people that care about you, and yeah, you're loved. So you don't need to stress. And obviously
Right.
that's easier times than other times. Like sometimes you're going to be like, I don't really want to get out of bed right now
Mm,
because I don't face the world, and that's
yeah.
absolutely fine. But it's good to like have that in your brain. Like, do you know what? You're a badass bitch.
Hmm.
People do, and you're loved. And everyone has
Yes.
that. If you're a sex worker or not, you always have people that love you. People don't care. People don't look in the street and think, look at this person walking down the street. Like, what is she doing? They
Yeah.
don't care. So
And if they do,
yeah,
fuck them.
you know. But that's like an anxious brain. You're like, oh, they're looking at how I walk right now, or like they're looking at what I'm doing, and like they're not.
Right.
But I suppose it's like it is. I wouldn't say confidence all the time because I'm still not a very confident person, but I definitely think that like it just helps you like if you don't feel like you're in the mood that day to like go outside, do everything, do your work from home. If you're
Yeah.
having a sad day because somebody's broken your heart, you can just stay in bed all day and you can do your
Right.
work from your. It's not a big deal. You don't have to go. You're not forced to go into work. You know.
Yes. And you could hoard content for those days.
Literally, I just sometimes I feel guilty. I'm just in bed and I'm like, oh, I'm being lazy, and then I'm like, no, no, you're not, because you have got all of the resources in your hand. So upload
Yes.
everything, and
Yes.
that's the beauty of it. It's literally all in your hands.
Yes. For sure. For sure. So my last question for you is going to be for anyone that decided that they wanted to get into sex work, maybe they wanted to become an OnlyFans model, what kind of advice would you give them to be successful?
Just work fucking hard. Like, but don't think,
It's not easy, okay?
yeah, oh, do not think, right? Don't think today I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to make an account and it's going to blow up and I'm going to be posting all this content. and everything's going to go amazing, because it's not like that. You have to promote yourself. You have to promote yourself on different platforms, Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, like anything you can promote yourself on. You are your business, you know, like you promote your business. So that's the first thing. Also, find your niche. Like, you need to find out what you can do that you don't really see out there, that other people aren't really doing. And even if they are, just find different ways of doing something.
Right.
Constantly posting as well. You need to post like as much as you can. Like, people need to see that you're out there, you know. There's so many things. Watermarking from previous experience. You need to watermark.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's a lot of fucking thieves out there, and I don't like it.
You're always like, I remember I paid for this website to like take down DMCA takedowns. So they did like the whole Google, like with my old name and everything, and took down everything. In a few weeks it all comes back. Like, it's just part of what we do. So if you post stuff, you need to know that that is going to be out there forever.
Right. Yes. And I think with things being out there forever is why a lot of people try to do the face, they want to keep their face covered, you know. They want to be completely like private, you know, as much as they can be. But I've not seen a whole lot of like extremely successful people
do that
until they go face out.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was, I benefited from not having my face in it, and I would say that it was absolutely fine. Like, I could have, to be fair, I could have had no face in it still now, and it would have been the same. Like, it hasn't really done anything. It just means that now I found that, so without a face, I had to post way more of my body or to promote myself, because like a lot of the time it's like, why would you just buy something if you can just it like, it's not that thing where you're like, oh, I need that, because it's just somebody without a face with underwear, and you could get that on Instagram, like, but so I was posting explicit stuff without my face. Now, where my face is in it, or now people know who I am, it's like there's more of a post without like showing my vagina, my bum, and then they go to my OnlyFans to see like everything else, you know. So it's you just have to sit down and think about stuff properly.
Yes. And find yourself, like make your own brand. Like, it's cool to take ideas from other people, but don't only copy someone else, you know?
Yeah, literally. There's so many things you can do. Like, just be weird. Like, we're all weird. There's so many things that I'm like, oh my God, that's gonna be so strange. And sometimes it doesn't. Like, I'm trying to think of things that I've done in the past that have been like, oh, so I bought this like frog hat. I don't know where it came from. I don't know, like, it was a frog hat. And I thought that this was gonna like blow up, where everyone's gonna be like, fuck yeah, like, she's wearing this hat. No, it wasn't really gonna go well. So you just have to try things. Like, just if you think about something, try it, do it.
Right. Yeah. Find yourself, damn it.
Yeah. Wear nacho pajamas.
Yes, because you look fucking amazing in them.
Thank
amazing.
you.
That's not a lie either. That's not like padding, okay? Okay?
Oh my God, you're
being honest. You look fucking adorable.
So shy.
I'll have you blushing on cam. All right. So thank you guys for coming to join us on Forbidden Depths. I know we dug into the barrel tonight. This was fucking amazing. You are such an amazing guest. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. It's been so fun. I have had a time. I don't even know how I've been here for.
I don't either. I don't even know what time it is. It don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
The point is, we had an amazing session today. It was super insightful. Now, if anyone is curious, make sure you get on over to Twitter or any of the amazing links that are in the bio. Convenient, like she has them conveniently located for you, and she is going to be your new internet girlfriend. So make sure you get on over there. It's at TheOliviaMonet. Get over there. Be amazing. Be supportive. You're amazing. You're amazing. I'm super excited that we could have you today. Now, like I said, anybody has any questions, go click on her links. And she's so amazing that she will answer you back on OnlyFans. Yeah. Super interacting, insightful. Be a part of the amazing journey with your new internet girlfriend. Now, thank you, Olivia, for being super, super amazing on Forbidden Depths today.
Thank you. I feel like we've learned so much from each other.
Yes, I would agree.
It was like a therapy session. It was brilliant.
Yes.
I've loved it.
I'm glad. If you guys have any questions for her, leave them. Also, you can leave them under the video. And if there's anything, I will try to point you in the right direction. If there's questions you have for her, though, obviously you're gonna have to ask her because, she's this amazing individual and I can't answer for her. But I can tell you that I've been following her for about 2 weeks, and I am completely excited that I did decide to commit.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy that you reached out to me. When I saw you reach out to me, I thought, oh, a podcast?
Yes.
A podcast. I think this is brilliant. Yes. I could, I'm shy, I'm scared, but we need to push our boundaries, don't we?
Yes. And I mean, it's one of those things that not everyone is up for a podcast. They're like, oh, well, no, that's just not going to be what I want it to be. And I'm like, do you know how, one, insightful it is?
Yeah.
And two, that's another form of networking.
Yeah, but the thing is, life is too short to not try things. Do you know what I mean? Like, how many times a day do you say, oh, do you know what? I was just doing a podcast today. Oh, we were doing this. Like, I feel like life's too short. Just go for it.
Yes, I completely agree. All right, I'm going to talk to you the rest of the night. I will let you guys go. Thank you again for coming back to Forbidden Depths, and I hope you guys have an amazing night. I will see you on the next show.
Hey, it's Queen Frostbitten again, your host. I just want to remind you that you can follow us on YouTube at Forbidden Depths. That's FORBIDDENDEPTHS. Or over on Twitter at 4BIDDENDPODCAST. Remember to always stay educated, consensual, and safe. We'll see you on the next show.